The evolution of the HAZ and MEG family, from lies to damn lies. Hello and a very warm welcome to Kate Middleton and the Queen News YouTube channel. Meghan lies as easily as she takes a breath. And we know that she has been fact-checked with some lies that were so famous, it's difficult for most people to even imagine thinking them, let alone actually uttering these lies. Like the lie that she told that they got married for real 3 days before their spectacle wedding. And she went against not only the Archbishop, but also the royal family and the country when she told that lie. She told it to Oprah, and Harry just sat there. And his silence meant that he agreed with the lie. And who could forget that ridiculous curtsy that Meghan did as she related her first meeting that she had with the late Queen? In part 1 of Harry and Meghan's stupid show on Netflix, of course. And Harry just sat there once again, allowing Meghan to trash and insult the memory of his late grandmother, the Queen, a woman who gave the world an amazing 70 years of beautiful service. Let's compare that with Harry and his nasty, evil wife, Meghan. But now even Harry is getting into it. He has evolved from silent agreement to now stepping up, and he is spewing lies so fatuous in his wholly truthful memoir that it has become obvious that Harry's mind is so addled with drugs and alcohol that he can't even remember what he did 2 minutes ago, let alone years ago. And that, my friends, I think is the kindest explanation that I can come up with. Now, other people would claim that Harry's movement away from any objective truth is deliberate, it's intentional, and now rivals Meghan's lying. Both of them also made that absurd accusation that the palace has briefed the media against them. Well, all right, why in the world would the palace bother doing that? They don't need to. Everything Meghan and Harry say and do is a matter of public record, including all of their lies. And how could we forget that in one of the interviews that Harry did, I don't even remember which one it was, that he said that in fact they did not accuse the royal family of being racist. But only last month in New York, they stepped up to accept an award for fighting institutional racism in the British monarchy. Now, for most people, this cognitive dissonance would be pretty disturbing, but for these two, oh, it's no problem. So let's take a look at how their lies have evolved, a process so quick that even Charles Darwin himself would be shocked at how the human mind can adapt and also sink so quickly from living in reality on a daily basis to a pure, self-serving, destructive fantasy land. Of course, that's where they now reside. My truth is Meghan's greatest innovation ever. Now, her truth used to be her standard response. And by my truth, of course, what Meghan really meant is I can and will say whatever I want to, and nobody can challenge me because this is my truth. So basically, complain to somebody who's going to listen because I don't care about what anybody thinks. The only regrets Meghan and Harry had were that they got caught. Meghan and Harry supposedly had regrets about the timing of that Oprah interview. Since Harry's own grandfather was on his deathbed at the time. Their spokesperson even went so far as to say they wish things could have been different, but still believe it was something they had to do. There it is again, that but. That but negates everything that comes before it. Now, in this case, it basically means, oh, well, we didn't care enough to put off the interview airing until a later date because we just wanted to attack while we could. Our publicity was on the wane, after all. And what difference did it really make? He was going to die anyway. We weren't going to let him stop us. I forgot also is something they love to say. Meghan somehow forgot dozens of emails. This was a pretty convenient reply, and it was used effectively to give one in the eye to Judge Warby when he caught Meghan lying through her teeth to a British court of all places about the fact that she had not contributed to Scooby-Doo's book titled Finding Freedom. And Jason Knopf gave emails to the judge which proved that Meghan's truth was a lie. And suddenly, she had a severe case of amnesia. A case of, you mean those emails? See, Meghan was just relying on the idea that the judge wouldn't go after a member of the royal family for misleading a court of law. She just assumed that it was one of the perks of being a member of the royal family. Narrative is another word they love to use. Meghan likes to use it in relation to other people when she feels threatened by what they're saying, stuff that may contradict her truth. So basically, it's her way of saying, they're briefing against me, they're making up stories, which of course is exactly what Meghan is guilty of doing all the time. Harry has also been known to use the word narrative, which is something I'm sure Meghan taught him. It's a big word for him, but it seems like he might be getting the hang of it. Oh, and lens, that's another one that she really likes. I guess she says that when somebody does something that she doesn't like because it presents the two of them as lacking substance. Really? Had she never heard of the saying, the camera never lies? Except in Meghan's case, I guess she wants us to believe that it does lie in relation to her and Harry's docuseries, in spite of the fact that the camera was on them pretty much the entire time. So, in a visual sense, Meghan tried to deflect the whole series by saying the director, Liz Garbus, presented it through her lens. So, what Meghan was telling us with that one was that she is so pissed at Liz Garbus for making it look like the two of them lack substance. Now, Liz Garbus is an incredible director, I think, but even she cannot make the two of them look good. Seems like Harry's also got some memory problems. Maybe the both of them have early onset dementia. So, in an interview, Harry said, "Whatever the cause, my memory is my memory. It does what it does, gathers and curates as it sees fit. And there's just as much truth in what I remember and how I remember it as there is in so called objective facts." Okay, I don't even know what to do with that one. Where can I begin unpacking? Well, Harry, maybe you can tell that to the judge the next time you're filing a lawsuit against somebody. And maybe you can think about how effectively Jason Knopf fact-checked Meghan with her own emails, to the point where she actually had to apologize for her allegedly forgetting. All of the above terms do have something in common. Meghan believes that each term has an infinite ability to deflect mud from sticking to her and Harry. And in this, I've got to hand it to her. There is no one who is more determined to use linguistic devices to try to camouflage and to deflect their lying than Meghan. Not that it works, it clearly doesn't, but they just go on to reinvent new terminology and then they move on. And folks, it looks like we have come full circle. So last year, Harry started out promoting this memoir as a wholly truthful account of his life. And now we have ended up with his book Spare being basically just a collection of his curated memories, in which he equates his not so great memory with so called objective facts. And this is a world away from everything Harry promised it would be. So why? Because he has learned from Meghan, the queen of lies, that truth does not exist, or at best, that it's not very convenient if it doesn't fit with your own self-interest. Harry has learned to always change these alleged facts to a version that's going to suit his interests. So in other words, don't let the truth get in the way of a good story, especially if someone's going to pay you for the story. And if you get caught in your lies, well, don't worry. There are so many ways that you can rid yourself of any unpleasantness. Just pick any of the above terms and you are home and hosed, at least in the short term. In the long term, though, I'm afraid there is no way to escape. If you're going to live by the sword, you know how you're going to die. And you, what do you think about Meghan and Harry? Please tell me what you think below in the comments section and we can also discuss them. If you think my video is useful, please remember to like and share it with your friends and family who would enjoy it. And besides that, please subscribe to Kate Middleton the Queen News channel to get more videos in the future. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. Goodbye, and I'll be back to see you all tonight.